I'm at the top of South Australia's Spencer's Gulf. This is dry desert country, not the sort of place you'd expect to find luscious fruits and vegetables growing, but at Port Augusta, that's exactly what they're doing, using power from the sun and water from the sea.
As the sun rises over the Flinders Ranges just over here, all of that sun reflects off of these mirrors and gets generated and concentrated onto one single point. With this heat generated, we now produce all of the electricity, fresh water, and heat for the greenhouse. And this is the only project in the world where we're actually wrapping up all of these utility needs just with using solar energy and seawater.
Being near the coast, water is limitless. In the case of the greenhouse, the water comes from a tidal bore deep underground. However, that means it's saline. 70 metres of solar panels makes desalination a viable option, producing clean, pH-neutral water, perfect for hydroponic cultivation. David Pratt is 28, passionate and Canadian. He's responsible for the day-to-day running of this world-first food production system that delivers crisp, fresh veggies, out of season, 12 months of the year, all growing in a constant 20 degrees Celsius.
In this greenhouse setting, capsicums and tomatoes are most ideal, but everything is possible inside of a greenhouse. Everything from strawberries to zucchinis to lettuces to you name it, you can grow it inside a greenhouse. Tomatoes are a little bit different than their standard vegetable crop, where they actually need light to penetrate the entire crop. So we actually take these leaves off not only to increase the airflow and things like that, but we use it so the light can penetrate these fruits and help them ripen faster. Each one of these drip lines here is controlled by a diaphragm emitter. So every single one of these drippers will get the exact same amount of water no matter what. CO2 is used to be absorbed into the plant. Nutrients and fertilizers are mixed in with the water. There's actually no soil being used in this greenhouse whatsoever. This is what we call cocoa fiber.
Yep.
So if you take the coconut husk and you basically shred off all the different chunks, fibers, and little dust particles and compress them into one single bag, you actually get a safer and more efficient way to grow your crop.
The pollination of crops is carried out by bees, brought in by a local beekeeper.
Pretty exciting moment. The new hive of bees are being introduced to the greenhouse now.
And how often does that happen?
Depends on the time of year, but usually every couple of months.
Just like home gardeners, pests can be a problem, especially aphids. Beneficial insects introduced by David into the greenhouse provide the answer.
We use what's called an integrated pest management system. So that means you have different scouting procedures, you have different monitoring devices, and you also use beneficial insects, so basically good bugs to combat bad bugs.
And so he's a good guy.
He's a good guy called Aureus.
And he eats the western flower thread.
Yes, absolutely.
So these guys are in here naturally, or you keep reintroducing them?
No, so you introduce them at a very low number when there's pollen available for them, and with the pollen they'll establish their own community and they'll start reproducing and basically set up a safety banker of good bugs to protect against the bad bugs.
Look at that. Now, as someone that grows stuff at home in the ground,
Yeah.
is this going to taste as good as something I grew in the ground in beautiful, fertile soil?
You know what? I think it all starts with the right fertilizer mix. And as long as you're giving the crop exactly what it needs, it's going to have a nice tasting capsicum or tomato for you at the end of it.
So can I try?
Absolutely.
Oh, they're yum. Beautiful and sweet.
Just like an apple, right?
And better vitamin C.
That's right.
There are plans to build a new greenhouse 100 times as big as this one. In arid regions of the world, it's got to be the future.